Put that radio back on now. Thank you very much. 0500 82 95 double is the number. And Mark's dialed it from Dumfriesshire. Mark?
Hello, Jim.
Hi, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
It's about the game at Inverness and Celtic and the comments of Terry Butcher. Last year we had to carry on with Neil Lennon and all the other decisions, and what happened with the referees threatening to go on strike and everything. And then eventually, as everything went back and forward, a lot of the media decided that there was too much pressure being put on referees. And Terry Butcher was one of them that came out and said, look, let's give referees a break. It's too much. I think there was even a point where he said, I got fed at the old firm complaining about referees. He put that into it and other things. Now, here's Terry on radio and television doing the exact thing that he said that he was against. Now, my argument's not just about Terry Butcher. It's about, we've got to make our minds up. Do we agree that referees have to be explaining themselves and sort things out? Or do we go back what we said at the end of last year and say, let's give them a break, they're only human, they make mistakes?
Yeah, but Liam, Mark, sorry, we're not giving them a hard time. We're just saying, look, in this case today, for instance, when it looks fairly obvious that the referee Steve O'Reilly's made a mistake, we're saying, look, he's made a decision, the player's off, but surely he can, after the game, say to Maurice Malpass, who knocked on the door but couldn't get an audience, he could at least say, look, I've seen it on video replay, I've made a mistake, so when the player appeals and the club appeal, I'll make sure that the red card doesn't stand. It's the best I can do. Surely that forges a better relationship. That's all. This is only common sense, Mark.
Jim, I agree with you 100%. But my argument is, unless we have some consistency, then we're making a stupid argument out of something here. Because on one hand, we had the referees got to a point what they did. On the other hand, we were blaming people for it getting that far. But here again. And I'm sorry, but the media have got to take a responsibility, allowing Terry Butcher on saying one thing one time.
Now, hang on, Mark. Hang on a second, Mark. Hang on a second. What Terry Butcher and what a lot of other managers and what a lot of journalists thought last season was that Celtic weren't just saying that the referees were inconsistent, that there was this innuendo going around,
well, Tom,
that they were. Hang on a second. Let me finish, Mark. Let me finish.
Houston,
that they were biased. That they were biased.
Neil Lennon said there was innuendos, but it was Mr. Houston at the Dundee United game where it all started. You know, I listen to Scottish football. I love Scottish football. My problem is that Scottish football was going through a lot of turmoil because certain people think that certain things should happen to your game and make it better. Well,
it's different. It's a dangerous comparison to draw between what Terry Butcher was saying about Neil Lennon's attitude to referees and what Terry Butcher was saying today. It's different.
No, it's the same argument, though, Tommy.
It's different.
We've got to have consistency. There's got to be a point where if we think that referees should explain themselves, then that's fine. But if we tell other people, look, you're giving them a hard time.
Well, wait a minute, Mark. Hold on. Let me say.
Yeah.
I think Tom's trying to say that what the complaints towards referees from Celtic last season are different from what Terry Butcher said.
Completely different.
Now, and I think that's absolutely correct, Matt. But you're saying that you're saying you want consistency. You're saying that you want referees. They're saying, look, okay, then the referees have got a hard job. Let's give them some leeway. But that doesn't mean you can't say to them, look, that decision was wrong. Have you looked at it again? Do you still stand by that decision?
No, I agree.
There's nothing wrong with that, and that's all Terry Butcher's asking for.
I agree with you 100%. I do think referees should explain themselves, but there has to be rules set up, because once a referee explains himself, there has to be where does the action go after that? How far do we pressurise a referee to a certain point, and things like that. So there has to be some kind of thing saying, right, we're all for openness because it helps. Now, the referee situation, now Tom English mentioned about Mr. Blatter, somehow that got into the argument, and about modernisation. Now, I think modernisation in the game, yes, some of it is helpful, but some of it, don't chase it too far, because at the end of the game, if you look at other sports in the world, sometimes pushing it too fast can kill games. Now, as far as Sepp Blatter's situation is, let's face it, some people, it's all about politics, that It's politics. Now, what he said through the week was stupid. He's not very good at talking to the man. But at the end of the day, I say to the people that's arguing about this man and using, whether it's the racist thing or whatever, is that the thing you're really arguing about? Or is it the case you got a problem with this guy because you want your guy in? And this is the problem with football. It's getting messy, whether it's a world thing or it's a Scottish thing.
But Mark, we're talking about, I mean, surely we can criticise, surely we can say, whether it's Blatter or a referee, it doesn't matter, or a manager or a player, it doesn't matter. Surely you can say, well, that's wrong, that's plainly wrong. It's not because you want somebody else in.
No, I agree, but Jim, are people really doing it for the honest reasons? Are they doing it for, as you say, I think there should be openness.
No, I think that there are people in our game. Let's just keep it to Scotland in a moment. There are people in our game who will jump in most situations because they have an agenda of their own. That's one of the main problems we've got here. Most people, or too many people actually, seem to have an agenda, and they think this, and
they do more damage, Jim, than what
whatever it is you're trying to change, it might be for the best reasons, and it might be for the best for the game. Exactly. But there are people who will jump on it and try and twist it to their own needs.
But let's bring this back to Terry Butcher. Terry Butcher had a go at the referee today, but he didn't accuse him of being biased. He just accused them of making a very bad decision. Mark, hang on a second. Mark, you keep it. Mark, will you hang on a second? Mark, hang on a second. You keep. Sorry.
He did say he was incompetent.
He didn't say he was biased.
He didn't say he was biased.
No, he never said he was biased.
The problem last season was that Celtic kept on accusing.
Hold on, Tom. Hold on.
What?
Are you thumping the tabletop there? Calm down, my boy.
Sorry.
Calm down.
You're getting
a red card.
Terry Butcher saying anything about being biased.
Yeah.
But the thing
but you're saying it was the same.
My argument is that Terry Butcher was saying one thing last year, defending referees, and now he's saying it's too many times it's happening to me. Now, he says last year he was saying, look, they're just men. They're going to make mistakes. They're human. Don't give him a hard time.
He was defending.
Your mind up there.
Mark, that's not true. He was defending referees against allegations that they were biased.
No, he never came in for that talk.
Yes,
I heard a lot of the things he said.
Yes, he was defending them against this.
Look, Terry Butcher's a good. He likes to. He's good and clever at doing the wee talks. And sometimes I think he wants to be more honest when he sticks.
Right. I need to stop that one there because there's other people once again. But Mark, I think you're pushing it too far. Thank you for the call, but I do think you're pushing it too far because Terry Butcher wasn't saying what you said he was saying. But thank you for the call. 0500.